In Munich, on the sidelines of the security conference, the first meeting between the leadership of Ukraine and the new US government took place. The Ukrainian delegation was led by Volodymyr Zelensky and the American delegation by Vice President JD Vance. Secretary of State Mark Rubio and Special Envoy for Ukraine and Russia, Kayla, were also present at the talks. The meeting lasted less than an hour. Zelensky called it good and emphasized that Ukraine needs real security guarantees. Vance stated that the US wants to end the war, but it is important to achieve a long-term peace, not just a temporary truce. Before the meeting with Zelensky, Vance spoke at the conference and identified the main threat. In Europe, not Russia or China, but internet censorship and mass migration. The word Ukraine did not appear in his speech.
On the eve of the Munich Security Conference, representatives of the US President's administration were sending mixed signals. Leading the American delegation, Vice President JD Vance stated in an interview with the Wall Street Journal that if Russia does not agree to a peace agreement guaranteeing Ukraine's long-term independence, the US will take retaliatory measures. The publication notes that the Vice President spoke much more harshly than Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who suggested on Wednesday that the US would not deploy troops. Vance also said that the agreement on Ukraine that will eventually be reached will shock many. He suggested resetting US-Russia relations, noting that being the junior partner in a coalition with China is not in Putin's interest. According to Defense Secretary Hegseth, Trump will determine which approach, carrot or stick, will be most effective in achieving lasting peace. Meanwhile, President Trump mentioned that he had a good conversation with Putin, as well as with Zelensky. Russia got involved in something that I think they would not have wanted. At the same time, the US president essentially accepted the Russian perspective on the causes of the war. Meanwhile, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, responding to a journalist's question, said that Ukraine was never promised that it would definitely receive an invitation to the alliance as a result of peace negotiations. According to him, there are between 5 to 10 ways to ensure security guarantees for Ukraine,